who is the offensive most improved player of the first half?
That I would probably give to Banks.
It's definitely Banks. See, that's the one. I feel you jumped the gun on. It's definitely Banks. He deserves this one. And I didn't see it coming because
over. Damn it.
We watched him in training camp, and both of us were like, I don't know, in those one-on-ones. But so far, he's been great in 11-on-11 real football, which is what matters.
Yeah, no, it's Banks. It's Banks. He's gotten nothing but better. And I'll say this. I talked to him in camp. I talked to him at the beginning of the year, and I've talked to him like this last week. And his confidence as a player is going way up. And he wasn't saying too much early on, and he was not sounding too confident after week 1. But man, you talk to him now, he's good and he knows it. And he knows that he can play at this level. And that's a huge moment for anybody in the NFL.
Also, his emergence has made me really reassess how I look at young players in the Niners. A lot of times, if a highly drafted player doesn't get on the field his rookie year, I'm thinking, ooh, the coaches are really down on him. He's not good. He must, because they're going to put the best players out there. Not necessarily on the 49ers. What I think is, you look at him, Talanoa Hufanga, a lot of times Kyle just won't play young players unless he has no choice. He had no choice with Elijah Mitchell and Brandon Ayuk. And then you're surprised. Year 2.
Is it Kyle?
I don't know who it is.
I'm wondering if it's Forster and Bobby T.
Whoever it is. The Niners make this collective decision to put the guy on ice, and then all of a sudden you get this guy who looks good year 2, and the question is, did they develop him? Or did they have this talent on the bench this whole time? Right. Who's to say Talanoa wasn't better than Tart last year? We just don't know. Same with Banks. Maybe Banks was better than Brunskill last year, although it seemed like he didn't look good on the right side. They got him on the left side, and that's been big for him. So good for Banks.
I mean, from talking to Banks, he says the key is that his body's totally changed, that he's the exact same weight that he was at last year, but last year it was blubber, and this year it's muscle. So he's converted his body from a college body to a pro body. He's probably went from a college diet to a pro diet, and now he's he looks like a guy who's going to play 10 years in the league. Because I'll say this, his walk around weight, he's not one of these muscled up guys that needs to lift to maintain 320 or whatever he's at. He's that size. So guys who with their walk around weights 325 and they play at 330, those guys play a decade. So I think he's going to have a long career.
As opposed to Mike McGlinchey, whose walk around weight is probably 250.
And there's others like him. There's others like him who, they have to lift like crazy to get to that weight.
And eat like crazy. What I wanted to say with Banks, I think people were wondering, is he the next Josh Garnett? Well, no. And so if you're looking at Danny Gray, is he the next A.J. Jenkins? You can't say that. The Niners routinely have had quality rookies on the bench because they don't know the system or they just want to slow play them and develop them. What we've seen from Gray so far hasn't been great. But still, I wouldn't write him off.
No, definitely do not write him off.